In today's video, we're going to look at the 5 most expensive zip codes in the greater Richmond area based on the median sales price for homes closed in the last 6 months. Now remember, median is not the same as the average, but it sometimes can kind of approximate the average. So median is that point right here where half the homes sold for more and half the homes sold for less. So for each zip code, we're going to take a look at it on the map just to show you where we're talking about. Talk a little bit about the area and what makes it popular, and in this case expensive. We'll take a look at the general market stats for that zip code, and then we're going to look at one home in each zip code that sold for right around that median sales price so you can see what you get for your money. That's what today's video is all about, and we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to keep on top of the real estate market in Richmond, Virginia, and those surrounding counties of Hanover, Henrico, Chesterfield, New Kent, Goochland, and Powhatan, then subscribe right there below and tap that notifications bell so you can be the first to know about the current market in Richmond, Virginia. So your likes and subscribes, they help me grow the channel, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate them. So my ultimate goal for this year is get the channel to over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you in advance for your help. I truly appreciate it. So my name is Scott Durnley with Joyner Fine Properties. My team and I get calls from folks like you every single day looking for help making their move to the Richmond, Virginia area, or just simply moving within the greater Richmond area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, heck, even 9 months, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All that information is linked right there in that description below, so we can help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. All right, so we're starting with the list. Coming in 5th on our most expensive zip codes is 23059, which is in the Glen Allen part of western Henrico County. So looking at the map, if we pull that up, you can see it's right around the area commonly known as Short Pump. It's basically right above where I-295 and I-64 come together. So what makes this area so popular? The quick answer is it's a quintessential suburb of Richmond. The schools are great, making it attractive to families. The location is far enough away from the city, but not too far. It's got a close proximity to major roads, making it easy to get a lot of places from there. And there's lots of shopping and dining and all that fun stuff right around in that area. So I've talked about the Short Pump Mall before and all the dining and shopping that's all around there and that's grown up around Short Pump in several of my videos, so check that out. So getting the market stats, the median closed home sales price in 23059 is $740,000. So this median home is around 3,200 square feet with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and sold for right at $244 a foot and sold in around 12 days on the market. So just a fun fact, the most expensive home sale in this zip code in the last 6 months was $2,575,000. So the home I chose as a representative of the median home sales price for 23059 is 3812 Night Muse Way in the Hunton Estates subdivision. This home sits on a nice half-acre lot, and it's very handsome with brick on the front elevation. So inside you're going to see a 2-story foyer and family room that give the home a nice sense of volume. The kitchen is open to the family room, and there's a very nice butler's pantry that adjoins the kitchen and the dining room. There's also a very well-appointed primary bedroom and bathroom. The finished 3rd floor is a great flex space with tons of uses, and then I love that 3-car garage. There's a large back deck and a nice yard. So this home really does have a lot to offer. So coming in at the 4th most expensive zip code is 23113, which is the Midlothian part of Chesterfield County. So I do have several neighborhood tours of this area on the site, so check those out if you want to take a more in-depth dive into 23113. So looking at the map, you can see we are now just south of the James River, with the James forming the northern boundary, and then Route 60, which is Midlothian Turnpike, forming the southern boundary of this zip code. So you can also say 288 runs right through Midlothian and across the James River, giving this area easy connectivity to Western Henrico and areas like Short Pump, which I just spoke about. So what makes this area popular? Just like the last zip code, this is, again, a quintessential suburb of Richmond, and the schools are great, making it, again, attractive to families. So being right there on the banks of the James River is always a bonus as well. And again, there's great proximity to shopping and dining, and it's a very convenient location in Chesterfield County with all of that Route 288 connectivity. So essentially, it is the south of the river pier to our last zip code, right around Short Pump. So market stats, the median closed home sales price in 23113 was right at $785,000. So this median home had about 3,400 finished square feet with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and sold for right at $228 a foot, and then sold in around 15 days on market. So here again is your fun fact. The most expensive sale in the zip code in the last 6 months was $2,100,000. So the house I chose as a representative of an example of the median home sales price is 2101 Chartstone Drive in the Rockshire neighborhood. This home sits on a spacious 0.57 acre lot, has a beautiful backyard, and a whole house generator, which can come in handy on those very rare occasions around here where we lose power. So there's a great office space and an elegant formal dining room, along with a Florida room with vaulted ceilings. The kitchen has everything you expect, like granite tops, stainless appliances, and the primary bedroom suite is on the second floor and is well appointed. The front and rear staircases are a nice touch that I like, and just like the last one, this is just a nice, solid family home. So we've reached that halfway point. So this is a good example of the median for our countdown. So coming in at number 3 out of 5 of our most expensive zip codes is 23221 in the city of Richmond. So looking at the map, you're going to see we're just north of the James River and very close to downtown Richmond. Windsor Farms, which is one of Richmond's most established, what I'm going to call old money neighborhoods, is in this zip code, as well as the Museum District. So what makes this area popular? So being in the city, I can tell you this, it's not going to be the schools. So I'm sorry, City of Richmond. I don't want to be a hater, but those are just the facts. So the answer is going to be mainly location. So you have the Museum District, which is east of I-195. And this is a very walkable area with, again, lots of dining, nightlife, cultural attractions right there for you. And then you have the start of what I call the near West End. This is just west of I-195. So this is where you get out of the row houses that you find in the Museum District, and you get some homes with little backyards, but you do get some green space. So if you want that sort of a little more traditional neighborhood feel, you can get that there without having to give up that great location. So there is a good mix in this zip code. So market stats, the median closed home sales price in 23221 is right at $813,000. So this home comes in around 2,100 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and sold for right at $400 per square foot and sold in around 12 days on the market. So you can see a noticeable shift in those stats when you move in from the suburbs. We're now seeing a smaller home with less bedrooms and baths and a much higher dollar per square foot. So our fun fact, the most expensive closed home sale in that zip code in the last 6 months was $2,875,000, and that was in the Windsor Farms neighborhood. So the home I chose as a representative of the median home sales price is 3122 Stewart Avenue in the Museum District. Not a half-acre lot here by any stretch. It's actually less than 1/10 of an acre, but you would have no expectation of a large lot in the Museum District. So like most of the homes in this area, it's older, built in 1922. But it has been very nicely updated, which you will see as you go through these pictures. So these homes, right around here, they have so much character with tall ceilings, heavy moldings, beautiful original hardwood floors, a lot of them heart pine, and just superior craftsmanship from a bygone era. This kitchen has been fully updated and opened up to the dining room, which is a nice touch. There's an updated master suite with a large walk-in closet, which is a nice bonus to have a big closet in these older homes. There's an unfinished basement that provides great storage or an opportunity to expand. And then there's off-street parking in the rear, which is definitely an added bonus for this area. So for number 2, our runner-up, we're moving out to Goochland County and the Manakin-Sabot area with the 23103 zip code. So looking on the map, you're going to see this is just west of Short Pump. I jokingly call Manakin-Sabot Short Pump West because it essentially a lot of ways it is. So the northern boundary is I-64, the southern boundary is the James River, and then the eastern boundary is essentially Route 288. So what makes this area so popular? The easy answer is you get the feeling of living kind of out more in the country, but you're still just minutes away from all of the creature comforts of Short Pump. So if you're looking for a 2-acre or more lot in Short Pump, good luck. That's a unicorn. But you can find these larger lots in Manakin-Sabot, which makes it attractive. So let's take a peek at the market stats. The median closed home sales price in 23103 is $818,000, just nudging out our third place zip code. This median home sale has about 3,200 finished square feet with 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths and sold for right at $265 a square foot in around 28 days on the market. So just here's your fun fact. The most expensive home sale in this zip code in the last 6 months was $2,750,000. So the home I chose as a representative of our median home sales price for Manakin-Sabot is 405 Elm Creek Drive. So this home sits on right at a 1.5 acre lot. Like I said before, you will never find a lot this large in Short Pump, which is why you may want to look at Manakin-Sabot if a larger lot is on your wish list, but you still want to be close to everything. So this is a ranch style home, so it has everything on one level, and it was built in 2005. You can see there's a nice vaulted spaces like the living room, which is something you oftentimes get in this style of house. I just love the peacefulness of the back deck looking over this very, very private backyard. So we're down to that final zip code. Who will take home the trophy as RVA's most expensive zip code? This is not a surprise to you, but I'm going to give you a hint. It's in the city of Richmond. So our winner is 23220, which is basically the Fan, Maymont Bird Park area, and then Monument Avenue area. So looking on your map, you can see it is just east of our number 3 zip code, 23221. So they share a boundary together. So what makes this area so popular and so darn expensive? Well, to be honest, it's mainly all about location. This area is very walkable with tons of great shops, restaurants, nightlife, and cultural attractions right there at your doorstep. So if that's what you're looking for, this is your area. So market stats, the median closed home sales price for this zip code for the last 6 months is $940,000, outpacing our runner-up by over $100,000. 2650s are square feet with 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths for right at $371 a square foot, and they sold in about 20 days on market. So here's your fun fact. The most expensive home sale in the zip code in the last 6 months was $3 million. So the home I chose as your representative for something right at that median home sales price is 405 North Shields Avenue. This is a classic fan row house with lots of cool features and modern updates. The first feature that makes it unique in the Fan is a detached 2-car garage. Now these garages are super hard to find in the Fan, where you mainly have row houses. This home has some absolutely super cool outdoor spaces with a rooftop terrace on top of that detached garage, and then an amazing courtyard patio. You can see from the interior pictures that this 1910 gem has been thoughtfully and tastefully updated. So I bought my very first my very first home in Richmond in the early 1990s in the Fan, so this has always been a favorite area of mine. Man, would I have loved to have this house back in the day, but I couldn't have afforded it in the 90s. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. So, I always like to cut through the noise and let folks know what I really think is going on in our market here in the RVA. But linked in that description right there below, I have 3 absolutely free gifts for you. First, there's a free Richmond, Virginia relocation guide. So you must like watching videos about housing in Richmond, Virginia, or you wouldn't be on this channel. But sometimes it's nice to have something you can flip through in your spare time, click on things, and learn more about the RVA. So it's chock full of great information, and this is a must download for you. So gift number 2 is a free buyer's guide. It walks you through the buying process with things like your timeline, setting a budget, how your agent gets paid, creating a wish list, the pre-approval process, all those pesky things that happen between contract and closing, and much more. Again, there is a ton of great information in there for you. So last but not least, number 3, we know when people move, oftentimes you have to sell in your current location. So I have a seller's guide for you. So this handy dandy resource is pretty specific about how I do things when I sell a home, and it covers prepping your home for sale, general timelines, what your agents should be doing to properly market your home. That is so important, proper marketing in this shifting market. What happens from contract to close, and again, much more. But here's the bottom line. Richmond is full of great houses, whether that's in the city or out in the suburbs. There's all sizes, all price ranges, and all styles. Really something for just about everyone. So today we looked at that higher priced areas, but we have affordable areas as well. So if you would like to talk about what part of RVA could be a good match for you, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All of my contact info is linked in that description below. And until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care, folks.